Warning, if you might be offended by foul language or off-color jokes, now is the time to kindly fuck off.
On this edition of the Londoner Calling podcast, we will go over all the Euros action that has happened recently, including looking ahead to the games today between Netherlands, Romania, as well as Austria versus Turkey. We will both give our predictions for the tournament, as well as talk about... What's up?
Mary.
We'll talk about Mary. We'll talk about our predictions. We'll also touch on the Copa America. We'll talk about USA went out. Also notable is that Mexico also went out. A bad day for column ball teams. And then we will also talk about some early Premier League transfers that have happened. Nothing major yet, but there are some notable moves that have happened. Then we've got some stories. You've got some stories, I should say.
We're thinking of doing a food program, so the first one's going to be about onions.
You guys will learn more about that soon. Don't worry. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Londoner Calling podcast. My name is Ben Drabick, joined as always by Barry Tate. Barry, how are we doing today?
I'm in mourning.
You're in mourning?
Yeah.
Do you mean because it's 10 a.m. or do you mean you're sad?
In mourning. Sad.
Okay. It's okay. Got you. Why are we sad?
Why?
Yeah.
Fucking USA. I've got fucking hundreds of these fucking scarves and the fucker's got fuck it. We got a free scarf if anybody wants one.
Free scarves, do you hear that? I'll put it on right now. USA, baby, free scarves. Love that.
When's the World Cup?
2026.
Fuck it, I'll keep them to that.
There you go. Yeah, come back. They'll sell. All right. Do you want to start with the USA, I guess?
Why not?
Yeah, let's start there. So, for those that don't know, last night the USA confirmed what we thought was coming.
What do you mean for those that don't know? Everyone fucking knows.
Okay, I don't know if
Of course they fucking USA. You're in USA. They got knocked out.
USA.
We're doing a soccer podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, no one fucking listened to this by mistake.
Maybe someone fell asleep during the game. Maybe they fell asleep. I would have fallen asleep during the game. That game was dead. USA lost to Uruguay 1-0.
For those that don't know.
And that confirmed that they were eliminated. That coupled with the fact that Panama did beat Bolivia, put Panama second in the group, Uruguay first, and USA, unfortunately, third and out. They are the first team in Copa America history, Barry, to host the tournament and be eliminated in the group stages.
Really?
Yeah. First team in Copa America history to host the tournament and not make it out of the group stage.
We're number one.
We are, that's the only thing we finished number one in this time. Incredibly disappointing to say the least.
On the bright side, I think it gets rid of your manager. You don't have that prick for the World Cup.
Do you think it does? Because I've seen conflicting reports.
You never know. When you're dealing with what we call the FA in England, the decisions they make, I mean, some of the managers they pick, it's never who the fans... I know you can't always do what the fans want or public opinion.
Well, this one I feel like is more than just public. I don't know who else would
do it. I mean, I thought he was okay at times.
The big problem for us is the way the US Federation is set up. Obviously, we just brought in Emma Hayes as the women's coach, but the way that...
Take her.
Well, no, my friends were like, we should have her as the coach. Fuck it. But the way that it works is we are not allowed to pay the men's manager a greater salary.
I think we're going to start a GoFundMe, okay?
Well, we can't, because we can't pay the men's manager a greater salary than what we're paying Emma Hayes.
We're not doing that. This is how we do it. We do a GoFundMe. Mm-hmm. We get all the money.
Yeah.
Get a sex change for Emma. All right? She goes over.
Why does she have to have a sex change?
Why can't
she just coach the men as a woman?
Why they can't do that? Nah.
Okay.
No.
Got you.
Got to have a penis.
Jesus Christ, Barry. All right, so USA out. I would say this too. It wasn't even like it was a good performance. I believe we had 4 shots the entire game against Uruguay.
I'll give them. They fought like fuck.
They did fight, but here's the thing too. So at a point in the game...
It's actually a physical game, wasn't it? Quite physical.
It was quite physical, but at a point in the game with about 25 minutes left, Bolivia equalized Panama down in Florida. And that meant, at the time, the USA was still tied 0-0, and that meant that as it stood, USA was going through. And there's a very, very infamous photo right now circulating around on Twitter of Greg Berhalter, the US coach, going like this, holding up 1-1 to let his team know that Bolivia had tied the game. Now, my question is, why are you such a fucking loser, Greg, that you are scoreboard watching other games in a must-win game for the United States, and you're focused on what Bolivia is doing in Florida?
No, look, there's 1-1. We've still got it. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Because why are you not going to win the game? You should be fighting to win the game no matter what. You know you need to win. You knew Panama was up. I know that they're tied, but you stop relying on others to do the work for you and do it yourself. I'm not saying you rely on it,
but when it comes through and you come on, boys, look, we can still do it. You know, we only got...
Maybe, but I'd rather... Let's focus on us. Let's focus on us.
It's like being a doctor. Sometimes you use everything was in that bag.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I just think it's a bad look again.
Do you like that? I thought that was good.
I like that. Was clever. That was clever.
No, that was clever. Save a life.
I like that. Was clever. But no lives were saved for the United States. We are out. I mean, let's call it what it is. The players stuck up for Greg. They spoke about when he came back. They're excited to have him. Do you think that the players like Greg because he brings almost a no-pressure approach for them and they get to kind of be lackadaisical and it feels like there's less pressure on the team? Because look, if we look back, USA at previous World Cups were making it out of groups with Portugal, Ghana, and Germany.
Do you think the USA fans are expecting too much?
I don't think so. I think we've regressed.
I mean, because, you know, you've got players, you've got all these players playing in Europe now, but you've got your basic 11, and that's it.
Well, I don't know.
It's still a young game here. I'm not making excuses for anybody. But.
It is, but here's the thing. We went to World Cup knockouts with MLS teams, roughly.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at what we did under Klinsmann, and again, I'm going to bring up the 2014 World Cup. We're in a group with Germany, Portugal, Ghana, right? Mm-hmm. We beat Ghana with that John Brooks, I think it was Brooks, and then we go draw Portugal with a Jermaine Jones goal, and we somehow make it out of that group of death. So you go from qualifying with Germany, Portugal, and Ghana to being eliminated with Uruguay, Bolivia, and Panama. And for me, I look at that, I look at the level that the players in R11 are playing at, and it's just blatant regression, in my opinion.
Okay, so USA are out, so who are you following anybody in particular? Because once your team gets knocked out, you kind of don't give a fuck.
I mean, I would like to see Messi win again. I mean, it's always fun to see the greatest ever win another trophy. I think that would help cement his legacy.
They must give it. If they could give it to Argentina, we're used to winning stuff.
Argentina have a very easy route to the finals. They will have to. I shouldn't say very easy.
So what's your prediction?
It's got to be Argentina. They have to face Ecuador first, and then they'll face the winner of Venezuela, Canada. Which shout out Larry again, our producer. We'll be working that Friday at AT&T. Go check it out. But again, it doesn't sound like a tough route, does it?
What's your prediction?
Argentina.
Right.
Argentina.
Hey, talking about prediction, okay? Mm-hmm. I think that's something you should hear in a whorehouse.
Okay, go on.
Well, you go in there.
Yeah.
And they go, what you got? I said, how much that one? Oh, that's Susie. She's brand new. She's only 18. She's going to cost you.
Wow.
But Mary over there, she's been Predict, yeah.
Predict, beautiful.
Yeah, so she's cheaper.
Is that a word in the dictionary?
Predict? That's the word, predict.
I love that.
Predict. That's what it means, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, no, we'll give it to you. Yeah, we'll give it to you. Do you think anyone's do you have a prediction for the Copa America?
Mary,
beautiful. All right, so I don't want to stick around on Copa America too much because with the USA eliminated, it does hurt. Obviously, my chances of being happy for that trophy.
Argentina, and who is the final here for the Copa?
The Copa, I think, is going to be Argentina versus Brazil or Colombia, whoever comes out of that group. And they play tonight to determine placement and then seeding, but I think those are the best three teams.
Going any further? Or
I think they could be. I really do think they could be. I just don't think they're at the level of an Argentina yet.
I mean, they were already through last night. They didn't have to
win
win,
the group. They had the group one. It wasn't they were through. They had already topped the group, and they still Bielsa.
Did they? Yeah, he was.
So he's the manager. He's a psychopath, and I think he was like, "We're not resting shit. Like we're playing everybody. Like we're here to kill, basically." And I'm like, as a United States fan, I wish he wouldn't do that against us. But if I was a Uruguay fan, I'd love it.
That was the shittiest rep I've fucking seen in a long time.
Let's talk about it.
No, really.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Apart from some there were some tackles that fuck me, you know.
Well, let's talk about some of the moments that were key. The U.S. Chris Richards puts in a tackle, bad tackle, yellow card. As the ref is showing the yellow card, the Uruguay player kicks the ball to Valverde, and he goes and gets a shot, or it was a cross-off that we ended up deflecting out. But the referee's not supposed to let the game continue and give a yellow card. He has to give the card. Like I said, he has to write it down.
That would have been a goal. You think it would have come back?
Well, here's the thing that I was shocked by. Yes, I think that if it was a goal, it would have come back by the law of the land. It has to. You cannot let them play quickly when you're writing.
But what I'm saying is, who makes that decision on the pitch? If he had already made that decision, let them play on, is he going to go back with it, or does VAR get involved in that?
VAR would have to get involved, and it would probably come back for a Uruguay free kick from that spot. But here's the thing that shocked me was after that play, so the way that the play unfolded, Valverde went down the line, crossed it, Ream kicked it out for a throw, and then obviously it was the big stoppage and everyone goes back to the free kick. The referee let play resume from the throw-in that Tim Ream kicked the ball out for, so he let the play stand and they played as if that play was legal.
No, I know.
Crazy.
But also, as you said, the American players stopped.
Everyone stopped.
Of course
because the game stopped. Yeah. Because that is how the game works. You're not allowed to do what he did. And then another one for me was the Pulisic turn. There was a clearance that went to Pulisic. He turned. He was going down the right wing. He spun his outside back.
Because he let it go for quite a while before he
let
pulled
it go.
Back, yeah.
He let Pulisic turn the guy completely, and then he brought the ball back for a free kick.
That sounded like foreskin, didn't it?
Yeah.
I said he let it go before he pulled it back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love how your brain works.
It does, doesn't it?
Incredible.
I'm just crude, me.
No, for real.
No.
And then, the big one for me, and I think for most Americans, was the goal itself. It looked to be offside. I knew they drew the lines, but again, the Copa America VAR is not nearly as advanced as the Euro VAR. Money.
But if you're playing in the Copa, for fuck's sake, you meant to say you're getting in line with everybody else.
I agree. I think
you want to
joke.
join the rest of the world soccer, then fucking get up to date.
I think it's a fucking joke. I think it's a joke that we did not. Because I'm be honest with you, I'm biased here, but I think that a lot of people who saw it last night in the still freeze frame would agree he was offside. It shouldn't have counted. It should have been 0-0. And I'm not saying that we go on and win the game. I'm not saying anything happens from there. But I'm saying it sure as hell gives us a better chance.
Put his dick. The referee wouldn't shake his hand at the end.
Well, did you see what he...
I know he got in his face.
Well, apparently he told the referee, pointed to the Uruguay and said, why don't you go celebrate with them? Go celebrate with Uruguay. Yeah. And then he refused to shake their hand. By the way, captain, my fucking captain. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
No matter what, if you're an official, if at the end of it all, you have to just...
You have to be mature. Yeah. You have to be mature and shake the hands. It doesn't matter if they can curse you out.
Shake his hand and grip it and say...
Shake it out and say, go home, whatever, right? You want to take the piss. Yeah. But to not shake his hand, again, Pulisic... I know it's not the most mature thing to say. Tell her I have to go celebrate with Uruguay.
No, but when you're
I don't blame him. I don't blame him after some of the calls in that game.
When you're in all the emotion and all that, and this thing goes there, and you can't say it wasn't that bad a thing to say.
It was bad.
Hey, he could have been Declan Rice. He called the other manager.
I was say my midfielder, Declan Rice. They had mom, tune out for this part. My midfielder Declan Rice called the Slovakian.
They normally put their hand over their mouth. Yeah. He didn't. And someone lip reading said said to the manager of whoever they were, Slovakia.
Yeah, Slovakia. You want to say it?
Oi, you bald cunt.
Damn right he did.
That's a real London phrase.
I love that. No, you can't tell me he's not. Man of the match for that alone, in my opinion. Should be given the man of the match award for that alone. Literally after the match.
I read that and I'm
if you didn't catch it on Twitter, he literally, so the players were beefing, jawing the managers, and Declan Rice was as being pulled away, turns to the Slovakian manager and goes, fuck you, you bald cunt.
Yeah.
I almost bought a Rice jersey on the spot.
What the Americans need to be. They need to be an England team.
Yeah?
We go through because we're fucking brilliant.
Well, let's talk about England and how brilliant they were, actually. Let's talk about them. So
we conserve all our energy until 38 seconds before the end. Come on, let's get going, son.
Slovakia, right?
Come on, boys. Yeah.
England, clearly on paper, the better team, better talent around the world, but it was not a cakewalk, and that's not just on England. If you looked at most of these games,
it's all of them. Look at Portugal had trouble.
Portugal struggled. France struggled.
Then fuckers, have they still scored? They haven't scored a proper goal yet.
They haven't scored. France have yet to score.
And a penalty, is that it?
France are yet to score a goal from open play at the Euros. They are into the quarterfinals. They have an own goal that was scored by Jan Vertonghen, former Tottenham player.
I want to include that. You look at the sideline, then they'll show Deschamps.
Yeah.
He's always giving that friend. They pull that fucking face and they shrug their. You could say the same about
Ancelotti for Real Madrid. He raises the eyebrow.
He
raises an eyebrow.
Can you raise one eyebrow?
I can't do it, but he can. Apparently, that's the key to winning Champions League.
I can raise one testicle.
Oh, no one asked about that. Right. We're gonna go back to the eyebrow part. I was gonna say if I could raise an eyebrow, maybe I could coach Champions League winning squads.
Bollocks.
Yeah. So England did not look good. Other interesting things from the England match I want to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about how brilliant Declan Rice was. I thought he was your player of the match. I know I'm biased, but he was everywhere.
Really?
He was everywhere. I thought he was intercepting balls.
Let's get Declan Rice out of the way. Let's mention Saka, and then we're going to start talking properly.
We can start talking about Saka. Yeah, Saka played 3 positions for England on the day.
Kai Havertz in there while he's talking about all the Arsenal people?
Well, I mean, we can later, but I was just talking about England.
Well, I just want to get it out of the way.
I want to talk about someone that doesn't play for Arsenal, and that's Phil Foden. I think that of the English players that need to be dropped, it's got to be Foden. Again, I thought he was terrible on the day.
I keep reading they're playing him out of position. They're playing that. I mean,
what's his position? What's his best position? I would love someone to tell me. Can Pep tell me?
I can tell you Mary's.
fuck's sake, we're back to Mary. That was a good bookend. That was really well played. I got to give you credit for that. That was well done. Wait to circle back there. That was sneaky. But what is his best position? Because I don't see it. He doesn't do anything for England out there for me. And I look at the responsibility of England's
but
forwards.
You look at, as I said, Carl Walker. I always liked Carl Walker. I thought he was good. I think he's just got the speed. He kept him well on side for the goal.
He's decision making, and also I think too, and everyone's going to slag Saka too. Give Saka Trent at right back and watch what happens. I promise you, it's a different game because Saka's doing so much defensive work to cover for Walker, who thinks he's a winger and wants to go forward and thinks he has the pace, and he's just very fast. It's just not working out. And again, I think that I said to you this right before the pod. It is insane to me that England's best right winger has played left back before their best right back has played right back.
Again, do you know what's pissing me off? We've done it every fucking. As soon as we score a goal, boom, we defend.
Drop.
Keep that. Don't they say the best form of defence is attack? And I know you came to the other side of it. Is how slow they're playing.
Yeah.
I'm seriously, when they're coming out and they're walking their pass, I know they're looking to try and pass it all that. Pick the speed up, and then our players have got the skill to play at speed. Yeah. Get the one touch, two touch.
The quality in the team is insane. Watch it.
Yes.
Watch it. We've seen it for years,
when you're
right?
doing it so slow, I think you're fucking helping the other team. I may be wrong. I don't know.
I think that England definitely try to play a perfect goal. Basically, they want everything to be so ideal, but in the end of the day, it's not just going to be like that. These teams are going to sit back. They're going to put 10 behind the ball.
Like I dance, you know that.
Oh, goddamn.
Slow, quick, slow.
Yeah.
Slow. Yeah, that's how you dance as well.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that right? Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. So the question is, and again,
I'm not in the mood to talk about soccer this morning.
I don't blame you. It's been a rough weekend, but at least England are still in it. As compared to the United States, we saw Cole Palmer come in at right wing, as everyone had been calling for on at least the internet for a long time. Push Saka to left back and put Palmer at right wing. It didn't help. I didn't think Palmer was anything special.
The first time they brought him on, I thought he did good. I like him because he'll cut in a lot. Saka, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not watching. Maybe he's just always down the wing.
He'll cut in.
Yeah, he'll cut in.
But he's not. He does like to play on the wing. But again, it wasn't like it made a real difference to me when I saw it. And again, I think that part of that is on Southgate for bringing Luke Shaw. You're bringing an injured player.
Be playing the next game.
Is he? We wasted 4 fucking games to bring a left back that couldn't even play. Meanwhile, you have players like Tyreek Mitchell sat at home who had a great Premier League season.
I don't know why you bring Luke Shaw there.
There's no other left back. There's no natural left back.
We're still in it. But we could have been knocked out. It's pointless bringing a bloke.
Well, then also, what's the point? Shaw. So you're going to tell me that now Shaw, who hasn't played a minute of these Euros, is going to step in a crucial knockout quarterfinals against Switzerland?
Well,
who
if
are
they play as slow as they're playing, he's not going to get knackered, is he?
He won't even fucking run, will he? No. On that note, let's look ahead here.
The other one, because he was saying he kept Bellingham on. Because he thought ended
up working.
Luckily for him.
Yeah.
And he said also with Tony, he brought him on with a minute left?
Yeah.
But luckily he was involved.
He got the assist for the second goal. Yes, and he was able to play up top and bring Kane off and bring in Gallagher. Yeah.
If we hadn't got that 38 seconds left and we score and it goes to extra time, what's the point of bringing Tony on for that last minute? No. You didn't know it was going to go to extra time.
Nope.
You know?
Nope. I get you're just trying to throw any attacking options on. We saw it with the US last night.
A lot of the stuff to 60 seconds. Give them some fucking time.
60 seconds is crazy.
Yeah,
I agree.
Honestly.
I do want to move on and have you talk a little bit about what it was like at your pubs during the England game.
I mean, can you imagine?
You sent the videos. Yeah, you sent some videos to Larry and I.
All the pubs are packed. I mean, everyone's... 38 seconds left?
38, yeah.
You're giving up. I mean, fucking... Here
your
we go
hands
again.
in your head, yeah.
Not it's coming home, they're coming home.
Yeah. On the first flight possible,
right?
Yeah,
they're coming home. And then, boom, they go...
Jude
and then
Bellingham,
the second one...
And then Harry Kane. So, but again, can you talk a little about the atmosphere here for what you did see?
Pandemonium.
And what did it look like?
It was a soccer orgy.
A soccer orgy.
A soccer orgy in all 3 pubs.
Yeah.
If you've never been here, fucking get here. That was great.
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, that's
good.
You couldn't beat that. That was more fun than farting in church.
That should be on a pillow. That should truly be on a pillow. I love that's beautiful. So come on out. It's a huge game. Make sure you're coming here for all the games, really. I know Friday is a absolute juggernaut of a
it's good. It's good. We will get a lot of people Fridays because people take time off. It's right. I mean, it's the holiday weekend anyway.
Oh, it's
a lot of people
so
aren't even
fun.
working.
It's going to be so much. Yeah, I know everyone's not Larry and I will be working, but yeah, guys, make sure you're coming out here because it does not get more fun than being here for a game. So let's look ahead to England's next matchup against what is proving to be a very strong Switzerland side.
We had a customer here.
Okay.
When we have the soccer games, I'm a firm believer that as a waiter or a waitress, you have to earn your tip. Yeah. Don't just assume someone has to pay you 20% now, evidently.
Yeah.
Don't assume someone's going to give you 20% just because you're waiting.
Yeah.
Earn that fucking tip.
Yeah.
And I mean it. I remember once I had some bartender in Addison when I was there.
Yeah.
And she's right. I said, "What's that? What's wrong? They didn't tip me. They only tipped me 10%. I fucking said, well, maybe you weren't even worth 10%.
Yeah, maybe they were being nice for that.
What about the ones that tip you 20 and 25? Do you chase them down and give them their money back?
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is with wait staff and bartenders. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, they expect a fucking tip, earn it. Having said that, so when we have a soccer game, we have to put 20% gratuity because we get a lot of people coming in. They'll sit there drinking water, watching the game.
Yeah.
I can live with some of them, but not the half the fucking pub. So if you have something, at least, and a lot of them don't tip, they really don't. This fella got into my manager's face. I actually went home at half time. I was sick. So I went home at half time, the England game, and my manager called me. I got some English fella, got into his face because he bought a beer and got 20% gratuity and paying for that beer.
That's the standard.
It was like $1.50.
Wow.
So I know, and he said, well, I could have drunk that at home and watched the game. And my manager said, well, fucking watch the game at home.
Fucking do it, yeah.
I mean, I get the fella, but we have to do it. I mean, we can't just, there's only one beer, mate. Yeah, don't,
That's not how
it's all or nothing.
Because it works for everybody, right?
But when you're here in England, have just fucking won.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're through to the next round, and you're fucking moaning because you got charged $1.50, $1.50. Cheap fuck.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But let's look at that game.
We call that a proper Englishman.
Well, let's see if England will play some proper football against Switzerland. Do you have any predictions for that game? Because Switzerland have been on fire.
I don't keep saying predictions. It reminds me of Mary. Use another word. What do you think, Barry?
Who wins? Who wins between England and Switzerland? Because Switzerland look great. And also, I'll say this too. I want to get this in there. If Switzerland win the Euros, why should... how do I phrase this? Is it not feasible that Granit Xhaka should win the Ballon d'Or?
Oh, here we go. No, another Arsenal. What is it with you and Arsenal?
He hasn't played for Arsenal. He doesn't play for Arsenal. He did. Okay, well, he also played for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I'm not a Gladbach fan. But seriously, undefeated Bundesliga season, DFB Pokal, every minute in the Euros so far, 2 of 3 man of the matches in the group stage.
Whoever wins the balloon, whatever it's called.
Ballon d'Or, the balloon.
The balloon thing.
The balloon.
Whoever wins the balloon thing, I think you should do it in alphabetical order.
Elaborate.
Well, Xhaka's never going to get it because it starts with X.
Okay. That's fair.
Havertz got half a chance.
How do you feel about when Zidane won it?
Oh, that wanker.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would just kind of debunk that argument.
That's what I'm saying. Since then, no, alphabetical order.
I mean, seriously, though, I think that he's been one of the best midfielders in the world. I think he's been outstanding for Switzerland.
When he was Arsenal, I thought it was a bit of a head case.
That's what the media said.
I saw it.
Okay, well, he never got a red card, but he never got a second yellow to get a red. He only got single yellows in games. He got yellows more frequently from refs for less fouls than other people. I can go into this. We're not going to go into this.
I hate when I fucking bring stuff up with this.
Because I'm right.
He starts going all these fucking... I don't fucking know. I just,
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's going to be a really tough game for England. I think it's going to be a really difficult game for England. Switzerland play terrific defense. They're really good on the counterattack.
Nothing new.
Isn't Gahey suspended as well? Gahey suspended as well, the yellow card. Yeah. So I thought, again, he had a pretty good game.
They're going to bring that Brighton fella on?
I've heard rumors of Lewis Dunk. What I would do is I would push Kyle Walker to center back and play your best right back at right back. I've been such an advocate for Trent playing for England, but apparently Southgate just cannot stand the bloke for whatever reason. And, yeah, I'm a big advocate of get Trent on the field somehow. So that's what I would do. I think England are more talented.
I've read sometimes, he's great at going forward and doing... brilliant crosses.
Incredible passer.
But as a defender, I've always thought he's okay. I mean, sure, he's fucking...
here's the thing for me, too, is you already have Saka...
I don't think Klopp could have been that wrong.
You already have... Well, Klopp says he's a great defender, but you already have Saka doing so much defensive work as well to help with that, because he's doing that for Walker, so if he's doing the same for Trent, I don't see the issue, right? It's like you've got 2 guys that will defend there. You should be fine. Now, I do want to move a little bit on to the other games in the Euros, because there was a lot happening. The left side of the bracket... It is tasty. We have, on Friday, the 2 games we have are Spain versus Germany and Portugal versus France. Now, Spain have been cruising through this tournament. They are, I think, the only team to win every game so far this tournament.
You know, from here on in, you're not allowed to say, you know that phrase, you know, I cried like a baby.
Yeah.
I cried like Ronaldo.
Oh my God,
That's
yeah.
what you say now, okay?
Yeah, I saw a great tweet, and it was like, Ronaldo might really be the GOAT. He faked tears to make sure the other team was off their game.
I didn't see it.
He was like, well, they were real, but his fanboys were saying, no, he was faking it to throw the other team off. He's a genius. He's a master of war. He missed a penalty, and he cried. I think that might have been the moment for him where he kind of starts to realize what the rest of the world has realized, and that he is not what he once was. Mm-hmm. I thought, again, it was foolish of the Portuguese manager, Martinez, to leave him on as long as he did, especially when you look at some of the other players he took off. I thought Rafael Leao was the most dangerous Portuguese player on the day. Took him off a little bit later in the match, but leaving Ronaldo on. I just don't get it. I thought during the game, Ronaldo, his touches were bad, his runs were bad, and I didn't
get to watch it, so
I just thought they were forcing the ball to him a lot. And again, like, he's not what he once was. He's not going to give you that. And look, he'll bring moments of brilliance, but he's still yet to score at this Euros. He had a penalty saved by, let's call it what it is, Oblak's probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world, so fair play. But he just doesn't look like the Ronaldo that we're so used to. And I feel like it's hindering Portugal, not to a point where I would say don't start him, but to a point where I would say, yes, you need to take him off after a certain amount of minutes in each match. And they kind of refuse to.
Portugal, they got France, you said the next
They
game?
have France, so it's a battle of two teams that can't score a fucking goal.
They can't, can they?
They can't score a goal.
No.
They can't score. But one thing I will say about France is their defense is fucking outstanding.
Oh, here we go. Saliba, fuck me.
I wasn't going to just say him. I was going to say Upamecano as well. I thought has been absolutely brilliant. I think the pair of them have been terrific. Mainan has been a bit shaky with some of his saves, but for the most part, I feel like he's done a good job of keeping the ball out of the net. And I think it's that defense with Tchouaméni sitting in there as well, kind of above the center backs. Rabiot, I think, has been very active, but I think the real main man in that midfield is...
They don't have anybody up front, do they? I mean, really, it seems the same thing. I mean, England have the same problem.
We say they have the best player in the world.
No, I get it. They've got him, but there's no one. It seems, maybe he's trying too hard, if that makes sense.
I think that they need to start playing him centrally, because they're playing Thuram centrally, and they were playing Mbappe off the left, and they brought on Kolomuani, who's I guess took the shot that got the I don't want to give him the goal because it was an own goal, but he took the shot that caused the own goal. But again, I think that if you're going to play Mbappe, you got to play him centrally. That's where he's the best. That's where he can cause most havoc.
That's the one, the slimy fucker. Greasy man.
Griezmann. Yeah, he plays like kind of
Greasy man.
Greasy man. Griezmann. Yeah. You can call him whatever you want.
That's a real Frenchman, isn't it?
That's a Frenchman. Greasy man. No, he was born in France. He's got a real French name. Antoine Griezmann. It's Antoine. Yeah. But I think, again, this has been his best tournament. You think back to previous years and previous World Cups.
Well, I mean, for a footballer.
Yeah, he's not a young... Well, speaking of... Okay, let's go back to speaking on that, on age, timeless wonder N'Golo Kante. Oh, my God. I mean, he is still... Is he not just brilliant? You know that France are yet to lose a competitive game in, like, a Euros World Cup that he started? Yeah, no, every time he starts, they've won. The only times they've lost are tournaments they've left him out of.
Again, what's so good about that? He's gone out the Saudi Arabia somewhere. Yeah.
Some big club needs to come in and get him back into the main leagues. He's too good. He's just everywhere. And like you would think that with time, age would catch up to him a little bit. And look, he's no young boy, and he's won everything. World Cup, he's won Champions League, Premier League, you name it, right? He's got the lot. But he's still going.
And apart from that, obviously he's a quiet man. I know he's a devout Muslim.
He's humble. He's very humble.
Yeah, very much. I mean, when he was at Chelsea, he used to drive his car was a Mini.
Yeah. Well, did you at Leicester?
And all the other ones you just had to piss out.
When he went to Leicester, they asked him, like, does he have a car for the training ground? And he literally told them, "Oh, I thought I was going to just ride my bike to training." That was his legitimate response. Was I was going to, and they're like,
mind you, I mean, you've seen him. He's not the biggest bloke. Him sitting in the Mini probably feels like a fucking Rolls Royce anyway.
Yeah, well, he's tiny, but the funny part is like Leicester was like, "Son, you're a professional footballer. We will get you a car to take you to training. You don't need to ride your bike." But that's how humble he is. Of like, "Oh no, I don't need this. I'll just get there on my bike. I'll just bike up to training and do it." I think he's brilliant. I think he's probably France's most important player.
He's good. And someone like him, you want him to do good.
It's hard. I mean, even with like him being a Chelsea player, and I love him. No, I think he's brilliant. I do want to again go back to the other side of the bracket, though. I think that, in my opinion, the most intriguing matchup of the quarterfinals for the time being is Spain versus Germany. Spain, who we know have dismantled everybody, Italy, Croatia, Albania, ripped Georgia apart despite conceding an early own goal, and Germany, who have been steadily and consistently just better than everyone. to me, it's the most intriguing matchup of these quarterfinals. I think it's two giants. I think it's two powerhouses, and that's not to knock Portugal or France, but the way they're playing right now isn't nearly at the level I think Spain and Germany are. So where do you think that match is going to be won, and who do you think wins it?
I think Spain.
You going Spain?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My take.
Germany have been doing good. They're in their home soil.
That's why
I mean, a while ago, it's not always the biggest thing. Sometimes it puts you under pressure.
I think that early in the game, it will
America
give them an
couldn't
advantage.
handle home soil.
Yeah, like I said, first team to host a Copa America and not make it out of the group stage since ever, I believe. I think that the home crowd will give Germany a big first 20 minutes.
What they called it, soiled your pants.
I don't know.
I don't know. What's the? I mean,
soiled yourself. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, you soil your pants lately?
Hey.
Yeah, you soil your pants.
I had to go home. I told you. I had the fucking.
Better fucking shit yourself watching that.
No, I didn't know. Well, that's the thing. I was watching England.
Yeah.
And I wasn't feeling well. I thought I better go home. So I went home. And I didn't know if I had the shits or if it was fucking nerves.
I was gonna say one thing is watching. If you don't feel well and you're watching England, you're probably not gonna feel much better. They're not gonna help. They're not gonna help.
No.
I'm gonna go with Germany for this game. I think that the home crowd could get them an early lead. I think an early lead is something that they're very, very good at sitting at and protecting. You look at those players in the midfield, Kroos, Gundogan. They're really, really good at doing their job of protecting the back line. They don't.
Who's their goalkeeper?
Neuer.
Is it annoys you?
It's Neuer.
Okay.
Yeah,
annoys me and all.
Yeah. Well, the crazy part about that is too is this is a really fun fact. Maybe not if you're a Barcelona fan, but Marc-Andre ter Stegen, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, German, he has not played a single minute ever at any Euros or any World Cup just because of how good Neuer is.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I think that's a brutal bit for him, honestly. Could you imagine being like one of the best goalies in the world?
His name Neuer?
Manuel Neuer, yeah.
Okay, what's the third that plays for Bayern Munich? What's his name?
Manuel Neuer. He plays for Bayern Munich.
Oh, okay.
Neuer's the goalie for Germany and Bayern. Club Bayern, country Germany.
Oh, Germany, yeah. I said, who's the Spanish goalkeeper?
Oh, Spanish goalkeeper, Unai Simón.
There you go. I'm thinking, what the fuck?
I was about to say, you keep saying Germany. I'm like, we've got that. You meant Spain.
Well, because I'm English, that's the only time we ever mention Germany is when there's Euros or the World Cup. After that, we don't even know.
I know you're not the biggest fan of that.
Nah.
I know you're not the biggest fan.
Nah.
But yeah, so Unai Simón's the Spanish goalkeeper.
Who does he play for?
Atletico Bilbao.
Okay.
David Raya is the backup, but
Because
he's not going to play.
the Georgia goalkeeper, he plays in Spain.
He does for Villarreal. Not Villarreal, Valencia.
Again, I saw Chelsea were looking at him.
Yeah,
so.
he's
They said good.
He's pretty good. Y'all have signed so many players. We'll touch on Premier League transfers a little bit after we talk about the Euros here, because there have been a couple moves going on, some players floating around. Nothing, I don't want to say anything like marquee, big signings, like huge money, but there are some notable ones and some rumors we'll talk about too.
I'm going to tell you something here, because with the World Cup coming over here, I've never bought tickets for anything like that. So where do you have to go to Ticketmaster or how
Ticketmaster, you can, Ticketmaster's probably your best bet. Any of those sites typically.
When I worked down the market, I think I've mentioned this fella before. One of the fella's sons, they called him Brains. He was the only one that got. What's your when you leave school? Is it a GED?
Yeah.
It was a little bit more than that, but he was the only one fella in the market that actually got his GED. Yeah. So they called him Brains.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Brains, he got into gambling and he went into the local in the market, the one we go to. He went and held it up with a gun. When he got arrested, put in prison, and he finally gets out. When I was in England, I think I told you this story. I was in England a few years ago, and I'm talking to a fella down the market. I said, how's Brain? What's he up to? Oh, he's inside again. I said, really?
Prison again, yeah.
Yeah. And then what it was, the Olympics. When the Olympics came on, they set up a scam, and they sold millions of pounds worth of tickets to people all around the world. Or they didn't have the fucking tickets.
Oh my
so
God.
Sometimes people get on there, and I don't know how you do it, but if you're going to do it, go to an official place, especially in these big things.
Yeah,
like that.
be careful with buying tickets.
I said to him, I said, really? He said, yeah. He says, it's got 5 years. I said, I mean, that's not worth it, is it?
Well, you know what that means. He'll make it out for the next Olympics.
Well, he will, but also you don't do 5 years. But I said to him, that's not worth it, 5 years of your life. He said, it fucking was. So they must have got a lot from it. So when you buy a ticket, go official. Even though these rip-off fucking Ticketmaster places,
they'll kill you with the service fees.
They're the ones that determine how much the price is, aren't they?
I think federations. I think Ticketmaster to a degree, but also I think the federation does get a part of that money.
Like you said, if you want to go and if you want to go and watch Mexico or Argentina, and your family of 4 or 5. It's $400 or $500. I mean, and that's without.
It's killing the game.
That's without parking. That's without getting
a soda at the game, having some popcorn, getting your kids a snack, right? So you're looking at
Argentinians eat hot dogs?
Probably.
I don't know.
I would assume so. Doesn't everyone eat hot dogs?
Well, I don't eat them.
Yeah, well, you're the first person I know that's never had a hot dog. But yeah, I agree. We can go back to that because, like, for USA versus Uruguay last night, it was 53,000 in a stadium that we've seen week in, week out for the NFL, packed to the brim. Every single seat sold, standing room only. And it's not only that, it's in a time of the year where people will literally freeze their asses off to sell out that stadium for the NFL.
Because even like Kansas last night, I thought that would be actually, I know it's maybe...
Even AT&T, when we had Bolivia here, we had 47,053, I believe, was the number of people in attendance. That stadium holds 80,000 people. Why not make the tickets $20 a pop, fill it out, create an atmosphere, let the players feel that too? We'll play better, in my opinion. But no, it seems like, and again, I said this to my friends last night, before the Uruguay game, actually, I said, if we go out there and lose to Uruguay tonight, and we do not advance out of a group of Panama, Bolivia, and Uruguay, with all 3 games being played on home soil, and then we don't fire our coach, we are blatantly telling the public we are a for-profit organization, we don't care about results, we care about money. Thank you. I think that we need to switch that up because it is what most Americans, I think, are starting to think about this team now. It's like, okay, great. We have all this talent. These teams are playing in Europe. These kids are playing in Europe.
They've got to start dropping prizes here and there.
They have to.
Hey, can you get arrested for stalking, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Well, we're going to buck the trend.
Elaborate, please, before we get in trouble.
We want, anybody knows a stalker, anybody, we need any stalker you know, get them on his... Tell them about the podcast.
To do what?
We need followers. Okay?
I don't think we want stalkers.
Every stalker in America, London are calling. Come on, mate.
London are calling. Come check it out.
You're welcome.
All right, Barry, before we get into some Premier League transfers and whatnot, I want to walk through the rest of the Euros with you and get your predictions. So,
Mary.
What?
Oh,
Mary. Yeah, Mary. Whatever. Jesus Christ. She's not playing. Let's start with the 2 games today. Romania versus the Netherlands.
She is, but it will cost you.
Okay. We're going to get serious again. Romania, really? Netherlands. Romania, Netherlands. Who wins?
Fuck. Netherlands.
Okay. And will they play Austria or Turkey? That's the second game today.
Austria.
You going with Austria? I'm going to go with Turkey, personally. I'm going to go with Turkey for the upset.
Well, you would do because of Mesut Ozil.
Well, he's not Turkish.
I know he's not, but anything to do with Arsenal.
I feel like you're forcing the issue.
Did I say his name right?
Mesut, but yeah, close enough.
Good enough.
Yeah, no, I knew what you're on about. Okay, so who wins between, for you, Austria and the Netherlands?
I haven't seen Austria, but they say they're really good. And the Netherlands always seem to go near the,
Austria beat the Netherlands.
Can go up there one day.
Austria beat the Netherlands 3-2 in the group stage.
Yeah, we'll put them up there.
You're going over them again. England, Switzerland.
Fuck me. I've got to say England, but it's...
All right.
And they obviously have to step up.
They do. It's been poor.
Just get out, fucking attack.
I think here's my thing for England is if you're going to drop an attacker and you really want to bring in Palmer, put Saka on the left, put Palmer on the right, or put Palmer on the left, but Foden has to be the one dropped, not Saka.
I was worried actually watching England. Pickford, I was really worried about him.
I think so. Pickford, for England, he steps up a lot. No. It's not the same keeper.
No, I was really worried about him.
Really?
Yeah. Not about his performance.
But
it's right near the end when he hit the deck and he's got I thought he was having a fit.
Fucking have a seizure.
I thought he was having a fucking seizure. Bring someone on.
All right. So that means that your one semi-final is England versus Austria. Who gets to the final?
Fuck knows. I mean, I can't even see England getting through the fucking face Austria, but if they did, you'd like to think they did. Fuck it, England. Come on.
All right, so we got England on one side of the bracket.
Boys.
Come on, look at that. I love that fucking homer mentality. That's so real. You always give me shit for supporting Arsenal. You just had England win out of that group. I love it. Other side of the bracket, this is where it gets tricky. Spain, Germany.
I said Spain.
You said Spain earlier.
Yeah, and I know it's against, they're in their home country. Let's go with Spain.
No, I like it. All right, Portugal, France. Ronaldo versus Mbappe.
Oh, I fucking want Portugal. Fucking French fuckers.
All right.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
I feel like that was more of a anti-France pick than a pro-Portugal pick.
No, that's okay. They say English fuckers. Yeah. Okay. I as you know, last week I had a deal with Eric, the Frenchman.
Yeah. Whoever goes further, loser.
Whoever goes further, I have to wear a
French kit if they go further, and he wears England if you go further.
And he has to wear an English one if they get knocked out.
Yeah.
I swear to God, with about a minute and a half to go in the last game, I text him.
Yeah.
I said, I take a medium.
Yeah.
And then fucking Bellingham scored. I said, fuck off. But I'd already texted him. I said, I take a medium. Fuck.
That's why you never give up. You can't give up early.
Unlike Southgate, I didn't have that much faith.
Yeah, Southgate. I don't think anyone has faith in Southgate. All right, so let's move on to the semifinal you just created. That'll be Spain versus Portugal. Continental battle right next to each other.
Let's get Spain going through the final.
So you got Spain, England in the final. That's what you just built, basically.
All right, let's go with it.
So who do you have winning it?
What? Of course it's England. I can't say England.
Of course, you didn't want to put them at Switzerland, but of course they win the whole fucking thing.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put any money on it.
Oh, God, no. I will... Oh, man, I'm so sorry.
You're putting Germany in the final, aren't you?
I'm not putting Germany in the final. I'm putting France in the final. I still stick with France. I still think... I know that they haven't scored an open play goal. They are the deepest team in the tournament.
If France gets to the final, I don't care who they play. I want them to lose on penalties.
On penalties?
Yeah. Oh, no. Let them. You
want them to lose a World Cup followed by a Euro, both on penalties?
Oh yeah. Crush the bastards.
That's real hater. That's real fucking hater shit. Right? I gotta respect that. And then the
whole team can do their Ronaldo impression.
The crying.
Crying.
I texted my friends yesterday during the Portugal game, and I was like, wow, Ronaldo already has 3 yelling at the skies, and we're not even in the 30th minute. This guy might be generational. Let's talk about Premier League transfers a little bit. We got some going on. Big developments right before we started recording this that Man United and Matthijs de Ligt, the center back from Bayern Munich, Dutch international, are in talks that he's agreed to personal terms with United, and that it just needs to be between the clubs on a fee now. That would be a massive signing.
Is that a rumor or is it legit?
That's legit. That's legit. So that would be a massive signing for Man United, shoring up what was a defense that consisted of Casemiro and Johnny Evans last year.
But he hasn't been with Bayern. He's been a couple of seasons with Bayern. He's not really...
Some time with Bayern, some time with Juventus.
Did he get injured because he's not in the...
I don't.
Is he in the Euros?
I think he was on the bench.
I thought he got injured just before.
Maybe he was injured before, but I know they've been playing De Vrij and Van Dijk as their main 2 center backs. They're not playing Mickey van de Ven at all because they want to win, and Spurs players don't do that.
But he is a fucking good. I like that band.
I think Spurs fans might hate this. He's better than Romero. He's your best center back. He's
got the speed. He's got the Walker type speed.
He's rapid.
Handy,
he's fucking rapid. Yeah. I think he should play as a left back. Honestly, I think he could play kind of a hybrid.
Mbappe. What do you reckon?
Mbappe's too fast.
Huh?
Mbappe's faster than him.
Walker held his own with him a couple of times.
Walker has. I don't
know about now.
I'm taking Mbappe over everybody. I think he's the best player in the world. Chelsea have been making move after move after move after move. You hijacked a deal and got Shrewsbury Hall, new midfielder.
How Chelsea do their buying? It's very, what do they call it?
Illegal?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
No, it's very, what do they call it? Technical. But very technical.
Okay.
They get told about a player in Brazil, in Ecuador, in South America somewhere.
Yeah.
And they go, they don't, what's he like? What position he play? What's his stats? Mm-hmm. They go, he's 16 years old. Get him.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that Chelsea...
16 years of age, they're buying.
The other thing that Chelsea do is they hear that Arsenal are looking at a player and they say, go get him. Go get him. Y'all jump our transfer targets weekly, I swear.
But Villa's just bought 2 players out of Juventus.
So they made swap deals.
They did, didn't they?
They got Douglas Luiz. So craziest thing I've seen. Not only did Douglas Luiz, so he was dating a woman, or is dating a woman on the Villa women's team, right?
Yeah.
In part of his deal to go to Juventus also bought his girlfriend to play on Juventus's. We got a couple transfer going on for the first time. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah. But literally, they sold the pair of them so they could stay together, and they're both going to Juventus. The rumor was that
So they come as a pair?
Yeah, literally.
That sounds good.
I know, good deal. 2 for the price of 1, right?
Thought I'd throw that in. He got it, though. He got it.
Yeah, that was good. There was rumors that Weston McKennie was going to go back the other way. Now we don't know about that. He's been linked to MLS sides. I think if he joins an MLS side, it's a fucking joke at this stage of his career.
When's the... is it middle of August it starts, the Premier League?
Yeah.
24th or something?
Towards the end of August, but yeah. So there's still going to be, I think, obviously for those that are newer to the transfer model here, typically you would have more transfers in this time period, but due to the Euros going on, expect most motion to be happening after the Euros, and not just after a team's eliminated, but after the entire conclusion of the tournament.
Can you hear the game in the background?
Yeah, I know, that's Romania and Netherlands going on right now behind us. Other than that, there hasn't been too many moves. I know Aston Villa signed Maatsen from Chelsea as well, the left back that was playing for Dortmund. I thought he was I can't believe y'all kind of let him go like that. But I think you had financial...
They got Lewis Hall. Did Newcastle sign him?
Lewis Hall signed him because he was on loan, so now he's permanently there as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any other deals that have been done. Not that it wasn't going to happen, but David Raya for Arsenal is now officially
are a lot of
signed.
teams waiting for the end of the Euro before they do these deals?
Yeah,
or
so...
For what reason?
For the reason that most players would prefer to focus on the Euros and not have to deal with the transfer saga.
I just thought, if you're after someone, get in quick, because there's always someone else.
Right, there's always someone looking. But for the player side of things, it's like, well, I'm in the middle of a huge international tournament.
Because Arsenal let quite a few players go. I know it might be a lot of your youth players.
Youth players have to get let go by July 1st. That's when the contracts run out at the end of June. And if you're not being offered a new one or you're not being renewed, you will then just be a free agent. So that's not really as much as of like working on deals as much as just time ran out, right? Yeah. And again, there's some players that will be cut, but the club would be like, but we're still working on deals for them, so they're like not gone, but we're just trying to figure it out. So
after this, we've got the Copa, we've still got that going, and I'm hoping we get some...
There'll be some big games.
I mean, that England getting knocked out, for me in the pubs, I mean, that would have been a hit in the wallet.
Oh, if England did,
Jesus Christ, yeah. I mean,
Thank
the
God
difference
for
that
Jude
makes.
Bellingham.
I mean, next Saturday morning, we're going to be packed in every pub.
Well, and Friday, Spain, Germany, Portugal, France. I think
no one gives a fuck about them.
I disagree. There's going to be some
Eric,
people.
the Frenchman, wants me to get a room for him for all the French.
Yeah.
And, I did it once. I told you before.
He told you when he was here, yeah.
I did it once before, and I hung onions and garlic from the ceiling, and I turned the AC off.
What you should do is you should see what Ronaldo posters you can get to hang in the room before he gets there, since they're playing Portugal.
That'd be good. No, I said I need to get back to him. I said we'll get him a room. We don't normally take reservations, especially for the England game, but when it's a French game like that and it's on Friday...
Especially for the French, too. You don't really give them reservations.
It's not like every man and his dog's not going to try and get in because it's a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be Friday at 2 p.m. Portugal plays France, Spain, Germany,
we're okay for that.
Yeah, and then obviously at night it is Venezuela, Canada, where our producer Larry and I will be working that one at the stadium, so... Should be a fun one there.
So I've got to get the room set up in Addison for the French. Mm-hmm. You ever going to take a piss and there's fucking 80 Frenchmen there watching the TV?
Personally, no.
They're getting the toilet.
All right. So we've done a lot of Euros. We've done a lot of Copa America. Barry.
What is love?
What is love?
Love. What would you say?
Baby,
love
don't
is?
hurt me.
Hey.
Baby, don't hurt me.
That's a song.
No more.
Okay. Is that a song? Or you finally coming out of the fucking closet?
It's a song.
Oh,
it's a song.
It's
a song.
Yeah, Larry, sure about that.
Larry got the reference. I'm sorry that you didn't, but Larry got it.
I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, no.
Thank fuck, he's finally coming out.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Nope. Not gay, but I hate to break it to you, but not.
I'll tell you what love is.
Yeah.
When my wife was pregnant with our first child, Charlotte.
Yeah, of course.
So, as you know, I was in the produce business. I used to get up 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
5 o'clock on a Monday morning, I'm just getting ready to go to work. I've got restaurants that want me to, waiting for me to go and get their produce and bring it to them.
Yeah.
She comes into the kitchen. Oh, my water's broke. We need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And being a true bloke, I said, can you wait?
I got work to do. Yeah.
Fucking right. I've got
busy,
this ready. They don't care. No.
Does that baby want to eat?
Started screaming, and I thought, for fuck's sake. Anyway, so I took her out in the van, a delivery van, and we're trying to get her in the cab, and we couldn't get a leg up to get in the cab.
Yeah.
And it was the back was a lot lower than the van, and it had a sliding door for deliveries. So I've slid the door open, I put her in the back. I had 5 bags of onions in the back of the truck. So I sat her on the onions. That's how I drove her to hospital to give birth to my first child.
On bags of onions.
She broke water over all the onions.
Please tell me you didn't sell them.
I sold them.
I
sold
fucking Christ.
Fucking 5 bags of onions.
You did not. Shut up. You did not sell bags of onions with your wife's fucking.
Anyway,
oh my God.
That is true love. I would not allow my daughter to come into this world owing me 50 quid.
Oh.
That is true fucking love.
I feel like whoever bought the onions that day got a lot more than they wanted. Your wife's water broke on onions and your thought was to sell them.
Fucking right.
You're a businessman through and through. You're a businessman through. I'm about to give you Wanker of the Week for that one.
My daughter told me not to tell that.
Yeah, she's right.
Oh, I was in England fucking 40 years ago. I wouldn't do it now. I would not do it now.
I'm not going to lie. That's one of the better stories I think you've ever told. That's fucking hilarious.
I wouldn't do it now. I've had enough kids.
I wouldn't. I'm glad to see how much you've matured over the years.
Yeah, of course so.
All right. I'm going to give my Euro predictions real quick since you did yours.
Go ahead. You can't beat that.
I can't be. That's why I'm trying to move on. That was fucking brilliant. I'm sorry to go just back to the soccer here. That was so good. That was one of the best stories I think you've ever told. That was hilarious.
They wouldn't let me tell it, and they're going to kill me when they don't listen to it. So
I'm going to go home and tell my roommate about it. He's going to lose his mind. All right, so for me, I'm going Germany and I'm going France. I'm going Netherlands and Turkey, and I'm going to go England, Netherlands in the semis on one side. I'm going to have the Netherlands playing France in the final, and I'm going to have France winning the tournament.
Holland?
Yes. I think they're a very good team. I think they get by. I think Turkey beats Austria.
Why are they called Netherlands and Holland?
I don't know.
I mean, because a lot in England we always say Holland. We very rarely say Netherlands.
I've heard Holland growing up. But out here it's the Netherlands, the Dutch. You can call them whatever, right? Yeah. Either way, let's get into who we're calling our wanker of the week. Let's start to wrap up this episode. I feel like we had a good chat. Me. Well, I mean, the Onion story sure as hell doesn't help your case. But let's go into the wanker of the week. Do you have someone you want to give it to?
I'll text you. I fucking have to. That referee last night.
It's gotta be the referee, isn't it?
I mean, amongst a lot of the bad calls, that yellow card, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, surely you're a ref, you know the rules.
Well, there was another yellow, too, that Tyler Adams from America got stepped on, and he stood up, and they gave him a yellow card.
They did. That one I can understand, because it's all in it might look like something else.
But is that not why we have VAR?
Yeah,
to look at things like that?
Yeah, but doesn't VAR not give him a little whisper in his ear?
They should. Yeah. They should. Or they can. I know for a fact they can. I'm gonna, as much as I want to give it to the ref, I'm gonna give it to Tim Weah for his punching of a Panamanian in Game 2. He just lost his head, and
he's a Panamanian.
No, he's not
him, but the fellow he punched was a Panamanian.
Yeah,
you're allowed to. You're allowed to.
Well, I mean,
that's as bad as being French. Smack him.
Wow, damn, the French, absolute stray caught by the French right there. Huge stray for the French.
He is.
But I thought it was so stupid. Time, place, situations.
I don't think he actually. I mean, it kind of he got across his shoulder.
He went for it. He went for it.
It was a fucking gay slap.
Yeah, it's funny. My old soccer coach, Scott Lambert, he would always say, because kids get mad, and if they try to hit someone, he would always say, if you're gonna get a fucking yellow, get a fucking yellow and hit them, right? Get a yellow.
You tell me, what does this mean?
Okay.
I saw a sticker on a car in front of me yesterday. I love my gay dog. It's the God's truth. Firstly, where the fuck do you get that sticker? Secondly, what does it mean?
Why is the dog gay? How do you know the dog is gay?
Maybe he's done the dog. I don't fucking know.
That is illegal.
What else could it mean? I have no clue.
I actually have a friend, and she says her dog is gay too, and I've always just kind of laughed at it because she's really pretty. But I've always thought that makes zero fucking sense. It does.
But where'd you get a sticker? Maybe if you wrote it yourself.
Does your dog go fuck other male dogs? No, he doesn't.
Where'd you buy a sticker like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, anyways, I think that's going to do it for our episode. Brilliant Euro coverage. That story was so fucking good. I got to give you credit again. That story, the Onions one, was so fucking brilliant.
Oh, well, don't know. If I'm in trouble next week, because my ex-wife and daughter listen to it.
When Charlotte comes in and yells at me for approving of that story. And
I'll tell you what, you can bribe me now.
Yeah?
Hey, do this. I'll tell daughter. I'll tell Charlotte.
Yeah, I'll tell Charlotte you wrote on the story.
That story about the onions to millions of people.
Yeah, so everyone hearing that onion story.
All stalkers.
All the stalkers out there that heard the onion story. Rule number 1: don't tell Charlotte. All right, that's what we should title this episode: is "Don't Tell Charlotte" right across the front. But thank you guys for being here. Obviously, a lot more Euros. We got the last.
I'm going to give you a hit online next time you meet a woman.
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your game? And where's the party?
I like that. Just off the jump, that lets her know you're about the business.
Just what's your name, what's your game, and where's the party? I had a fella down the market, that was his hit online.
Really?
Never fucking worked, no.
Oh, but then you tell me because it will work?
Yeah, well, why not? You might do it with your cute accent.
Cute accent? I'm just from the South. I say y'all. I say y'all. All right, guys, we are going to wrap. Thank you again. Plenty more Euros coverage to come. Plenty more Copa America coverage to come. And again, once the Premier League starts rolling again, we will be very deep into that game as well.
I'd like to thank you. I'm going to get the septic to end with that phrase.
Yep.
See how good you are.
Saying what?
For fuck's sake. What did I just tell you? Hit online. Go on.
No. You say give it to me one more time. Give it to me one more time.
No.
I want you to do it. Give it to me one more time.
No.
I always close out.
What's your name? What's your game? And where's the party?
Thank you, guys. We'll be back next week.
There you go.
I wanted you to. I always close. I wanted you to do it. It's your phrase.
I've got to pick all these fucking scarves up now.